Hello everyone and welcome to my CBS Soaps official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Monday, October 13, 2025. Today on Days of Our Lives, Brady tells Tate the truth, Kat snoops around the hospital and Rachel gives Thomas some worrying advice. Marlena checks with Rachel about how her therapy's going and Rachel worries about Dr. Fuller telling her grandma about their sessions. Marlena reassures Rachel she won't, but the kid goes forward with her rush of honesty, confessing everything she told Thomas about Kat. Chad tells Jen that he won't be seeing Kat anymore, but that doesn't stop her for 1 second from laying into him. She digs the knife in more by telling Chad that Thomas asked to move in with her. Chad finally snaps and tells Jennifer his son isn't going anywhere. Before she can get much more blame in, Marlena shows up with Rachel, who apologizes for what she said to Thomas. Chad graciously accepts it, then sends Rachel upstairs. She knocks on Thomas' door and lets her in to apologize. But he's fine, he got so upset his dad broke up with Kat. Oh, that's good, now all you have to do is make sure they stay broken up. Well, okay, Rachel. Thomas is confused, same. But then Rachel reminds us of all the times she ruined Brady's relationships. Thomas needs to chase Kat away, just like Rachel did to Chloe and Ava, and so much for therapy. Jennifer says some pleasantries to Marlena, then walks out with a glare at Chad. He opens up to Marlena about how much he fell for Kat and how much his family hates her. Rachel comes back down to tell them the apology went great, but fails to mention she's still as big a schemer as always. Marlena offers a few more words of encouragement, then takes Rachel and leaves. Good thing Brady's too distracted with Tate to care where Rachel is. Just as Maggie's about to take Holly to the airport, Tate calls and gets ignored. They share a tearful farewell and Maggie promises she'll always have a home here. Tate tries rushing out to stop Holly, but Brady's right outside the door to let Tate in on the fact that he's not a father. Brady lays out his Tesoro theory, the DNA test and Sophia's DNA test. It doesn't take Tate long at all to go from obsession over the baby to utter joy about Holly. Ah, the precariousness of youth. He runs over to Maggie, browbeats her into telling him about Holly's flight, then hurries to the airport. A morose Kat gets to work just as EJ's finishing yelling the electrician down on the phone. He notices she's upset and Kat admits Chad dumped her. EJ's sympathetic, then tries sending her off to lunch. But before she goes, Kat mentions another lunch with Gwen and uses it to ask for a tour of the new facilities. After EJ's eyes pop back into his head, he puts on his best EJ smile and offers the VIP tour. They ended at the room Gwen was trapped in, which EJ claims is an impenetrable lab that'll house controlled substances. They wrap up and EJ heads out for lunch with Susan while Kat gets ready to rifle through his desk. Luckily, Chad calls to distract her because at least wait a couple minutes to be sure EJ, gone before ransacking the place. Has Rafe taught you nothing? Chad apologizes once again while Thomas watches from the hallway behind him, already learning Rachel's creeper ways. Kat just cries once they hang up, then walks out of the office, having done absolutely nothing. Back at the Hortons, Thomas wanders over to talk to his dad. But when he asks if they're good now that he broke up with Kat, Thomas tells him no, he hasn't changed his mind about Grandma and Grandpa. As long as Kat's in Salem, they aren't good. Kat sneaks back to the locked room, takes some photos of the door, then climbs in through the massive hole to an empty room. What are we expecting to find here? Marlena takes Rachel to the pub where she finally meets with Brady, who drops the Tate bomb on her. As he gets ready to leave with Rachel, EJ walks in and tries being nice to his annoyed and angry niece. When Brady and Rachel leave, Marlena points out that EJ makes Rachel uncomfortable, even if she doesn't know why. Jennifer heads into the square to ask Tom and Alice for help by their plaque. She wants to do what's right for Thomas and Charlotte but doesn't know what that is. Tate finds Holly after buying a ticket just to see her. Being rich has its perks. He sets the record straight about Sophia, declares his undying love, then tells her about the child that he was obsessed with until 30 seconds ago not being his. Oh, happy day, that's enough for Holly to give in and stay in town for him. Monday, October 13, 2025. Today on Days of Our Lives, Brady tells Tate the truth, Kat snoops around the hospital and Rachel gives Thomas some worrying advice. But in Salem, even the smallest secret can set off a storm that changes everything. The morning in Salem starts deceptively calm, the kind of stillness that feels more like the pause before a storm. The sun streams through the blinds of Marlena's townhouse as she prepares her tea, waiting for Rachel to arrive for her therapy session. Marlena's table is neatly set, a reflection of her calm demeanor, but inside she feels that familiar knot of worry. Every time she sees Rachel, she sees shades of Brady and of Kristen. When Rachel finally arrives, she's fidgety, clutching her phone like a lifeline. "Grandma, Dr. Fuller said you'd want to talk about my progress," she mutters. Marlena smiles gently, always patient. "I just want to make sure you're feeling heard, sweetheart. How are your sessions going?" Rachel glances around, almost suspicious. "You're not gonna tell Grandma Marlena what I said, right?" she blurts, confusing herself before realizing, "I mean, you are Grandma Marlena." Marlena hides her amusement behind her cup. "Everything you tell me in therapy stays between us, you know that." But Rachel's brow furrows. "Dr. Fuller said that too, but people always find out. I don't want Thomas or Kat knowing what I said." "Then tell me what's on your mind," Marlena encourages. Rachel hesitates, then words pour out in a rush: guilt, worry, and an odd mix of pride. "I told Thomas stuff about Kat, things I maybe shouldn't have said." Marlena blinks, curious but calm. "What kind of things, Rachel?" Rachel bites her lip. "Just that she's bad news, that she's only after his dad, that she's gonna break their family apart like Chloe did with mine." Marlena sighs softly, recognizing the storm beneath the child's innocent face. Across town, at the Horton house, Chad is having his own meltdown. He's packing the living room, phone in hand, his jaw tight as he leaves Kat a voicemail. "Hey, it's me, I think we need some space. It's not you, it's," he groans, hanging up mid-sentence. "Who am I kidding?" Jennifer, who's been silently watching from the doorway, steps forward. "It is her, isn't it?" she says, her tone more motherly than judgmental, but barely. Chad tenses. "Mom, I don't need another lecture." "Oh, I think you do," Jennifer snaps. "You've been walking around here like a lovesick teenager while your kids are confused, your family's worried, and you're letting some woman from God knows where come between you and Thomas." Chad tries to stay calm, but she's relentless. "I talked to Thomas," she continues. "He asked to move in with me, and honestly, Chad, I can't blame him." That's the last straw. Chad's eyes flash as he slams his hand on the table. Thomas isn't going anywhere. The room goes still. Jennifer stares at her son, seeing a side of him she hasn't seen in a long time, the side that's more DiMera than Horton. Before things can get worse, the doorbell rings. Marlena steps in, Rachel by her side, looking uncharacteristically contrite. "Sorry to interrupt," Marlena says softly. Rachel has something she wants to say. Rachel glances nervously between Chad and Jennifer, then mumbles, "I told Thomas mean stuff about Kat, I'm sorry." Chad kneels to her level, smiling tightly. "It's okay, I appreciate your honesty." Rachel beams, satisfied, and trots upstairs. Up in Thomas's room, she knocks softly. "Hey, it's me." Thomas opens the door, arms folded. "What do you want?" "To say sorry," she says, shrugging. "I shouldn't have told you Kat's a liar." Thomas frowns. "But she is bad, right? Dad broke up with her." Rachel grins. "Yeah, that's good, but you need to make sure they stay broken up." Thomas blinks. "Why?" Rachel leans in conspiratorially. "Because that's what I do. I made sure my dad stayed away from Chloe and Ava, and basically every woman he's ever liked. It's not hard." Thomas's confusion deepens. "But that's not good." Rachel shrugs. "Therapy's boring, scheming's fun." Thomas sighs. Somewhere deep down, he realizes she's trouble, but she's also fascinating. Downstairs, Jennifer makes polite conversation with Marlena, though her eyes still flick toward Chad, simmering with frustration. When she finally leaves, she gives him one last icy look. "You may think you're doing what's best for your kids, but you're just proving you haven't learned a thing from your father." Ouch. Once she's gone, Marlena touches Chad's shoulder gently. "You love Kat, that much is obvious." Chad exhales. "Yeah, but everyone I care about seems to hate her." "Then maybe you need to find out why," Marlena says. Before she leaves with Rachel, the little schemer bounces downstairs, all smiles. "Apology went great," she chirps. Marlena just smiles faintly, sensing that beneath Rachel's bright tone lies a storm brewing. At the Kiriakis' mansion, Maggie's helping Holly pack for her flight back to Europe. The girl's quiet, her usual spark dimmed. "Are you sure about this, darling?" Maggie asks. "Salem will miss you." Holly forces a smile. "I just need a break, Maggie, a clean slate." As they prepare to leave, Tate calls. Holly stares at the screen and lets it ring out. Moments later, she hugs Maggie tightly. "Thank you for everything." Maggie tears up. "You'll always have a home here." Meanwhile, Tate's packing the apartment, desperate. When he finally rushes toward the door to stop Holly, Brady blocks his path. "Sit down, Tate, we need to talk." Tate frowns. "Dad, this isn't a good time." "It's the only time," Brady interrupts, voice low and urgent. "You need to know the truth about Tesoro, about the baby, about everything." He lays it all out, the DNA test, Sophia's deception, and the revelation that the baby isn't his. For a moment, Tate's world spins, but then something shifts. Relief, freedom. He actually laughs, a mix of disbelief and joy. "So, I'm not a dad." Brady smirks slightly. "Not unless you count your poor decisions." Tate shakes his head, smiling through the shock. "Then I have to go. Holly's leaving. I need to tell her." And before Brady can stop him, he's gone. Back at DiMera Enterprises, Kat's having a miserable day. She arrives at the office, her eyes red from crying. EJ is on the phone, berating an electrician with his usual dramatic flair. "Do you think the DiMera name is synonymous with incompetence?" EJ snaps. When he hangs up, he finally notices Kat. "Darling, you look dreadful." "Thanks," she mutters. "Chad dumped me." EJ softens, or as much as EJ ever does. Ah, the eternal dance of DiMera heartbreak. He offers her a comforting pat on the shoulder. "Go have lunch, clear your head." But Kat hesitates. "Actually, I have a lunch with Gwen later. I was hoping to get a tour of the new facilities first." EJ raises a brow. "Curiosity killed the cat, you know." She forces a laugh. "Guess I'm already halfway there." Intrigued, EJ obliges, showing her around the secured lab area, including the infamous locked room. This room is for high-security storage, controlled substances. No one gets in or out without authorization. When they finish, EJ excuses himself for lunch with Susan. "Don't snoop while I'm gone," he teases. As soon as he's gone, Kat exhales shakily, glancing at the desk. "Sorry, EJ." But before she can start digging, Chad calls. She hesitates, then answers. "Kat, I'm sorry," Chad says quietly. "I shouldn't have ended things like that." Kat closes her eyes, tears brimming again. "You made your choice, Chad." They hang up. Kat slumps into EJ's chair, staring at the wall, fighting the urge to cry harder. She finally walks out, leaving the desk untouched. Unbeknownst to her, Thomas has followed Chad downstairs at the Horton house, listening. When he hears Chad mention Kat again, he glares. "If you still love her, Dad, then you haven't changed." "Thomas, that's not fair. As long as Kat's in Salem, we're not good," and he storms off. Chad stands frozen, realizing his son might be more like a DiMera than he thought. Later that night, Kat sneaks back into DiMera headquarters, flashlight in hand. She takes photos of the locked room door and slips through a massive ventilation opening, only to find the space completely empty. "Seriously?" she mutters. "What the hell are you hiding, EJ?" At the Brady pub, Marlena meets Brady, and Rachel bounds up beside him. Brady wastes no time. "Mom, she needs to hear this too. Tate's not a father, Sophia lied." Marlena blinks, speechless. Rachel's face lights up like it's Christmas. "So Tate's free, does that mean Holly's staying?" Brady gives her a look. "Rachel, don't start scheming." Just then, EJ enters, trying to be friendly. "Ah, my favorite niece." Rachel immediately tenses, inching closer to Marlena. After Brady and Rachel leave, Marlena faces EJ. "You know she's afraid of you, even if she doesn't know why." EJ forces a smirk, but his eyes darken. Then perhaps she's smarter than she looks. As night falls, Jennifer stands alone in the town square, staring at the Horton plaque dedicated to Tom and Alice. "I don't know what's right anymore," she whispers. "Please just help me protect my family." Meanwhile, at the airport, Tate bursts through security, breathless and wild-eyed. He spots Holly just before she boards and shouts, "Holly, wait." She turns, startled. He runs to her, blurting everything in one desperate breath: Sophia's lie, the truth about the baby, and the fact that he loves her, truly loves her. For a long moment, Holly says nothing, then she smiles faintly. "You're an idiot, Tate, but you're my idiot." She takes his hand. "Let's go home." As the plane boards behind them, the two walk out together, unaware that back in Salem, secrets, lies, and DiMera schemes are already setting the stage for another disaster. Next on Days of Our Lives, Edge's hidden project is revealed. Marlena discovers Rachel's been lying again, and Chad's loyalty is tested in ways he never imagined. That's all for the time being. I hope you enjoyed it. I will provide another update as soon as possible. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and don't miss any updates.